there? Are we on? Is it here? Yeah. Late ill kid at one y'all start holding it down, bringing that street geek and nerd. So, what is up, my people? Today, yeah, coming with another wonderful episode of Loungin. I have the wonderful, the awesome, the beautifully talented Marqueeda LaStar.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing today? We're about to get into some utter nonsense today.
Oh,
y'all not
man.
ready.
Today's usually we got multiple topics, right? But today, today I was like, look, we're gonna talk about blackfishing. It's back up in the news. It's swirling around. So we're gonna get you guys in the comments. We're gonna talk. We're gonna break it down why we're talking about it again now. Well, we've never talked about it before.
Yeah.
But why society is talking about it again. And we just want to see how y'all feeling on that blackfishing. So do you want to? Should we explain what blackfishing is?
Yes, most definitely. I always start with the definition.
Word. So blackfishing is the idea is someone who is using someone is portraying themselves as black or African American.
Or even of the diaspora.
Okay. Oh yeah, because they.
That's how some of these people get by for a while. People giving them passes because they think they're like Afro-Latina or something.
Oh
like that.
Yeah.
And
true,
nobody
true.
is trying to question their blackness. Like, oh, you of the culture, you of the diaspora. Okay. And it turns out that's not the case. So literally, the portrayal is by anyone who is not of the diaspora. You are not Afro anything, and so this can include your European and people of European descent. That can include Asian and Asian descent. Yep. But there's no Afro.
Black
in the mixture, and so what they do to get on and to get those likes, those comments, and those clicks, they pretty much impersonate black women and do things that are a part of our culture over a whole, or trends among us first before it translates. And they're always talking about they got tans. These are like the deepest tans I've ever seen in my life. And I live in Southern California and Los Angeles, where people have tans year round.
Talking about they got tans.
They got tans that take them from vanilla to chocolate. Okay. No, boo-boo. You lying. Blackfishing is very much like blackface. I agree 100 with Alan on that
It's
one.
weird. Blackface is more to demean. Blackfishing seems like it's more to exclude. Like it's almost like women are like, let's hide the black women over there. We're gonna take their spot. You know what? You're replacing us. That's what it is. Where people get replaced, they're trying because they know that the Western world wants black features.
Right. And let me get into hellos before we get into like hello Alan Lewis.
What up, Alan in the house?
And Cassandra Sellers.
What up?
She's like Shalom, like Shalom.
Shalom.
What's up?
Gotcha.
And Cassandra is a SoCal native. Yay!
What? What's up?
How you doing? Alan says that his best song list of 2018 will be up soon.
Got you.
And he's doing the worst songs of 2018 because you gotta throw the shade.
Yeah.
Like, let you know that wasn't it. Like, ooh.
See, I try to forget all those.
That wasn't it. But, well, we got sometimes point it out. So these artists can, take the feedback
like, this
and do better.
This wasn't our favorite.
We're not saying, like, don't. Well, in some cases we are. But in most times we just like, we need you to grow.
Yeah,
a little evolution on this. But blackfishing, back to blackfishing, that's more or less what it is. It's to me, this is nothing new. We have seen this over again because it's a lot like blackface, where it is not the difference with blackface is that it tends to mock and degrade black people. This is simply imitating black people while putting down those same features. That's the problem. We live in a culture where our features are not often celebrated. You get flack, like just recently this week, you had Lakeith Stanfield. He posted a picture of Jada Pinkett Smith with her mother and her daughter Willow.
Oh, okay, cool.
And he's like, most beautiful women in the world, black women, love them. Also, what about white women? We cute too. What about? And he
Nobody talking about you. We said black women. Why don't you just be like, all right, just let them.
Let's be great sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, because you do got like foul stuff coming out. I remember a couple years back, somebody actually put out a report saying that, you know, due to their scientific research, like black women were the most unattractive, undesirable women in the world. So you got that. You got anti-blackness all around the world. All around the world. It's a fact.
But then they want to use it.
Right. And at the same, this is our problem. Like, if you celebrated us as much as you try to imitate us, as much as you try to take the culture for yourself, I strongly believe in sharing culture, but there needs to be exchange. Yes. And that is my problem.
And the thing is, we giving and we ain't getting nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm against. I love sharing culture. I think it's important. I love experiencing other people's culture, and I want them to experience my own. That's why I have like a weird, because this does get into the realm of cultural appropriation, and let me define what that is. From many years of being online, and I feel like people are losing it. Yes. Cultural appropriation is not cultural exchange, one. Yeah. And I'm not saying
cultural exchange is different. Way different.
And cultural exchange is okay. Yes. People use this as cultural appropriation as an excuse to say, I don't want you to do anything for my culture. It's not, I don't even feel like black people are even saying that, because y'all definitely do.
Yeah, because y'all been doing it. Y'all been doing
it. You definitely have black people co-signing it. It's like, but you give credit where credit is due.
Thank you.
You respect that culture. You respect black people while enjoying their culture. It'd be appreciated if you know something about the history of the things that you're getting into. Yeah. So you know that you're respecting that
with your
culture.
Baby hairs.
You know? But if you take that culture and sell it as your own, which happens a lot.
A whole lot.
That's cultural appropriation. If you take that culture and sell it and diss it at the same time, why can't you just say gold looped earrings? Why they gotta be slave earrings? No, just call them gold looped earrings and get on with your life. If there's a double standard there, where if I do an idea and nobody wants that idea, but the minute somebody else from another culture takes that idea and say, look, what I found.
Then it's amazing.
That is the idea behind Columbusin. Taking something that's been there forever and then they saying, look what I done found.
People were living there.
Exactly.
It's not like they arrived at the same time.
Hipsters love Columbusin and cultural appropriation. They're always like, look what I discovered. Look what I found. Like, we've been doing that forever and a day, boo-boo. We tried to get a loan for that business. We tried to get that business plan off the ground, and nobody would give us the time of day. Yeah. Because racism, you know, but you can take our same idea and run with it and be great. And yes, that is cultural appropriation when we can't get on with our own culture, but you can, because you're not of the culture. That is a cultural appropriation.
We're gonna talk with your boy, Chocolate City,
right? We ain't get there.
We talk about the
but there's a lot of this going online, so. Yeah. That's why I think it was such a good idea that Michael had to just donate a whole show.
Yeah, it's a whole show. Because there's going to be a lot.
So many people out here blackfishing. That's why I think, I'm not going to say the N word over and over again, so y'all can.
Yeah, we were saying.
What was up with that black Twitter naming that anyway? That I'm like, who named that?
Blackfishing.
Blackfishing. Because, but it also applies, like we were saying later on, to just the internets in general. Yep. We are hot. We're hot on the block. We've always been hot. And Obama said it best. American culture is black culture. Look up that clip. It's like 20 years old. But he said that shit.
American culture is black culture.
It's largely black culture. When you go and dig up, like, where did we get this from? Why did we start doing this?
Let's start the oldest stuff. Country comes from black people. Blues comes from black people. Gospel comes from black people. Rock and roll, black people. Hip hop, black people.
And music is a universal language. I want to underline why the music is so important, because it's universal. It speaks to the world around. That is how our culture travels as far as it does. And it penetrates to other things. Like, you start saying stuff you hear in songs, you repeat songs. It's universal more so than any other medium form, in my honest, humble opinion.
And then if you want to talk about food, most foods came to America. But there was one type of food that was birthed here in America, and that's what they call soul food. And that was created by Black people. Everything else, no, pizza won't made here. All right? Hamburgers ain't from here. Soul food is from here, and guess what that is? Black people again. So American culture is Black culture. That's it. That's it. We made your whole thing dope. Don't be mad. You know what I'm saying? Just stop trying to look like our women. All right? Take them baby heads out your head. All right, so so this story starts off.
Right.
There was you had Ariana Grande who was doing this online thing where she looks at baby pictures and she used a Black scent, which some people would say, and then that kind of devolved into people doing Blackfishing, which of course you see on the thumbnail. You got Emma Hallberg, who is a woman that's on Instagram. Right. You have Rachel Dolezal, who we're going to get to. I'm going to start with her. And you have this other young lady in London, like Asia or Alicia Brazanovic. It's a very hard last name. All right, but that's her name. And then you have another.
That's her online name.
Online name. And then you have And then you have
That's
And then you have
you did.
You did.
Oh, we got hella comments.
Oh yeah.
Let's do this.
So what we got in the comments? What we got?
Okay, so it's like, can we have our time to be celebrated? Please, people. That's true.
And whenever we ask for it, they be like, you don't need all that time.
Well, no. If you perfect example is to say, well, we asked to have a seat at the table. That used to be our thing. Yeah. And eventually we didn't get it, so we made our own. And they're like, oh, you just gonna go and have your own thing. Gonna have your thing? Well, yeah, because that's literally. Well, if you guys want it so bad, why don't you make your own? You go make your own, and it's great. And they're like, well, we didn't expect you to build your own table, and it's more popular than our table. Y'all can't just have your own.
So y'all can't have us.
Yeah, exactly. We can't be a part.
Then it'll be like,
we can't join.
just like Lakeith Stanfield put up. What about white women? What about y'all? Let me ask, what about y'all men? Why they ain't posting y'all up talking about y'all beautiful women? Huh? Where y'all men at? Talk to your constituents.
Well, I wouldn't even go that far because I feel we have a culture that prizes white womanhood.
Well, but what I'm saying is like, don't come on my page asking where white women at.
But that's where they miss. It's just like somebody when you say, oh, we have a Black History Month. They're like, well, where's White History Month? All year round.
White culture.
All year round. When you
go to school and open up a book.
Lesson, it is from a white Anglo-Saxon, whatever you want to call it, perspective. Yep. It's not considering everybody else. I promise you it's not. I took a lot of history in college. Yeah. Unless you are specifically taking Latino this, African American this, the Asian American,
it's going to be white.
It's going to be from a white perspective. It's written from their perspective. Trust me on this. So then one thing Cassandra says, she says, the only thing we do is straighten our hair. And I said, boo-boo, I'm not even going to give you that. Straightening our hair is just us doing our hair. It's not imitating white women, though. This is the difference. White women are not the only ones with straight hair. A lot of people have straight hair. And depending on your roots, your hair can be straight. My hair, if I put too much combing into it, my kink falls out, and I'm upset about it because I enjoy my kink because of the mixture that's in my family tree. So I was like, I'm not going to give straight hair to women, just like I'm not going to give them blue eyes. So they're like, don't wear blue contacts in because it does happen that other people can't have these features.
Now, with that said, I will say this. Mm-hmm. It's a little different because we're in a society that's pushing us to assimilate to white culture, especially in the cultural world. Nobody's pushing white people to try to be black.
Nobody's telling you to do that.
Ain't nobody pushing white people to try to be black.
For a long time, the reason why black women straighten their hair is to assimilate, is to get in. There was a time you could get fired for braids. You definitely could get dismissed for wearing your hair all natural. There's plenty of documentation. There's no documentation of you getting you were expected to have straight hair. So now that if you do it now, it's a choice by you, but you can't force something on me for hundreds of years and then be like, oh, now you got your hair straight. Yeah, after you beat it into me, leave me alone. So it's not the same. So I'm not even going to give them
I ain't gonna give the society credit for that.
Exactly. So then Omega Dreads is like,
Omega Dreads, what up?
When it's convenient, it's like Paul Mooney. Everybody want to be black, but
everybody want to be black. Don't nobody want to be black. Or there's another statement. They want all of our rhythm and none of our blues. That's another statement.
Right.
Where
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You want all the cool stuff.
Right.
You know
exactly.
what I'm saying?
But you ain't trying, because that's what a lot of I know they got Iggy Azalea on that when they're like, you know, you're doing it. And let's be clear, I loved this Iggy when she came out. I was like, girl, work. We was all doing the song, work. And man,
she had one song.
She had a few songs for me, but what? I'm not gonna get into that. But it was the disregard of black culture that turned me off to her. I was like, you eating off of this, and this is where the cultural appropriation comes in. It's like that's why I'm always defending Bruno Mars. One, I feel like he's under this barrier because he's Puerto Rican and mixed with a lot of other stuff. He's not white. And so I say he's not a colonizer. He's not a oppressor, for one thing. He's mixed with a lot of stuff, okay? I get that, but he's definitely nobody saying that dude's white.
I remember that. David Allen Green called him a little Hawaiian man.
Right. I was like, just let him be.
Yeah, he doesn't.
And he says, hey, my music is black. I love black people. They do great things.
Yeah.
That's how you want somebody who's taking part in your culture to be like.
Yeah.
I'm giving you credit. Now I didn't do myself. I make sure to employ plenty of black people. Yep. I stay on the respectful side of black people always and forever, and move on.
Unlike the Kardashians.
Exactly. So why don't we like I want to give? I like that. I came up with that because I want to point out the people who are doing it right.
Yeah.
Because there are people who get it right, and let them be great. But the people who are like, well, hey, you know, where does this connect from you? Like sometimes I think the problem is they don't have an answer when you're like, well, how do you feel about the black culture? Because it's like they just saw something they liked, and something they could get on,
and wanted to do it,
and they didn't think about and that's the, you know, everybody wants the rhythm but not the blues part. It's like this shit doesn't come out of nowhere. Nope. A lot of times it comes out of, you know, it does come out of our struggle and our pain and making a lot out of nothing. Another
thing, you want to know why ripped jeans are so cool? It's part of the struggle. See, a long time ago, the kids that didn't have the money had to re-wear over and over and over their jeans, which gave them rips and tears. But now you want to charge like $200-$300 for a pair of jeans.
I feel like that jeans. To me, and we're not saying that's a black thing. We're saying
that's a struggle thing.
That's a struggle class thing. Yeah. And so that's you know, I'm always somebody who acknowledges there's an intersection to our struggle where it comes with class and other parts. You know, gender in my case. For women, black women, you know, our gender intersects our issues. But I was like, that's to me a very relatable thing. Like, poor people come in every color and stuff like that. And I did have that moment where I'm like, are they really paying $60? I remember when it first started when I was much younger, probably like a kid. I was looking at jeans. I was looking at these pair of jeans. I did not want them, but the fact that they were in the store is what drew me to them. And they were like these dark jeans, dark blue jeans, and they were, you know, had the rips in them. They were fake rips, you know, they're reinforced and like covered in and stuff. And there were guys' jeans on top of that. Wow! Because that in the early 2000s, that was a thing. that was a thing. I remember. That was a thing. That was like the Ed Hardy days and stuff. Exactly. And they had this like yellow stain to like somebody had pissed on them. And I looked at the price tag. I think they were like $80, and I was like, "Are you serious?
Why don't you just buy some new? Why don't you just buy some new cheap jeans? Go work on a construction site for about 2 weeks, and you'll have it."
I mean, or just do the rips and the tears and the stretching and distressing yourself because
it's like
$80, and I mean they would cost a lot more now, you know, because in the early 2000s, I'm like in junior high school,
but people are paying to look poor.
Exactly. So it's like it's very much akin to what's it called? Poverty porn.
Yeah.
It's like it's kind of like it's the idea like they have struggle. We're not going to acknowledge their struggle, but we're going to take their ingenious moments. And the same thing happens to Black culture, because we have that intersection of having oppression, living in poverty, having to make the most with both of those things fighting against us, like oppression and poverty, which usually goes hand in hand. So we made the most out of it, and we just want our due 9 times out of 10. Like, can you let us know? Because also another conversation that often goes on in America is how, I'm not saying everybody, but I have heard this said online, in person as well, of, African Americans don't contribute. And then you got to lean into somebody. We don't contribute to the culture. Excuse me? We don't contribute to this culture? How y'all rocking? Trying to look like us? Nah, you can miss us with all that. So yeah.
But I will say, and I'll let you check some comments.
I was like, yeah.
But while you check the comments, I'll say the biggest thing that's surrounding this Blackfishing, especially seemingly coming from white women or women that are not Black, is that being ambiguous is in. Yeah. See, being mixed or being ambiguous is super in.
That's like if you for a minute.
Yeah, but back like in the 80s and 90s, it wasn't really. It was kind of okay, but nobody really. It wasn't as hot as it is now.
Because those are who all the lead women were. Either they were mixed or light skinned. Where they look mixed.
I don't know. It just seems like maybe the internet is what has pushed it forward. Mm-hmm. But it seems like now, if you're ambiguous, it's like everybody wants you. And like these women are playing on that, where it's like, I want to have black like properties, but still the features of a European woman. So it's like I'm gonna try to mix these, just like the Kardashians, just like Rachel Dolezal trying to rock her joint. Because when you saw her, I was like, I feel like she's not light skinned. She kind of got the hair, but something ain't right.
Her hair is always on fleek. I ain't gonna lie.
But something ain't right. You look at her hair and you're like, okay, hair is like sister.
Be like, her hair though.
Her hair
is always
her hair be, but you be like, something like the face, it just don't look. You sure you Black? Mm-hmm. And that's how they're getting you. They're getting you with the clothing. Like the young girl Jaden, I think, who's white and Filipino. She has a very Aaliyah vibe about her. She's like very. Or you got the Emma Hallberg, who is doing a very kind of like glam, brown skinned woman kind of thing. And the problem wouldn't have been if they were like, "Hi, my name is Emma. I'm white." No, what they do is they put all these pictures up with their deep tans, right? And they say that this is a tan, but you hardly ever, if never, see a picture of them without a tan. And see, that's how you know you're not getting the person, you're getting their vision of what they want you to see. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll never see me like, oh, I'm this brown, and then like I'm super white. And then no, it don't go like that. You're trying to play up this vision of what a Black woman is, but with your European features, because that's like a great cross section, especially for fashion now, to be like this ambiguous thing.
Oh yeah, to have the color and the or like sometimes the features are like Black light. Like, I want you to have full lips, but the lips can't be too big.
Not too big.
Can't be too big, but a little round. I was like, really? Can we just find beautiful women from all different and call it a day? Like, because full lips are beautiful to me, and like I was like, you can have smaller lips. But if you're what the requirement is that you look good, that's the issue. Is like just like art from all around the world. There's art all around the world, but if you sit there and you pick one region and their standards for art to judge everybody else, then everybody doesn't have art in their world. Of course they have art in their world. Just like everybody has beauty in the world. Of course they have beautiful people, but you can't judge it to one set of standards or you miss out on so much beauty. Yeah. Black China will change your name to White China. Oh my goodness.
Man, Black China. You know what? It kind of, it doesn't really have to do with blackfishing. No. That's a whole nother colorism thing.
That's a colorism thing.
Which isn't particularly, Black China just need help. And the Like, okay, I'll jump on this and jump right out.
Okay.
Black China just need help, but at the same time, she really has nothing else going for her. She has nothing. She better sell this stuff. Ain't nobody else giving her money. What she gonna do? She gonna be a janitor?
I
be
like
a bank
how she
teller?
showed up to her court case, like looking like her Sunday best though. I was like, girl, I didn't know you had anything that covered that much. Like,
because her lawyer was like, could you please cover them pennies? Hey, we are going to court.
Exactly.
Help me.
She got her most sensible weed put in. I was like, girl, go
she
ahead.
She's looking at all the styrofoam heads. She's like, sensible bitch.
That's as close as I get, honey.
Oh,
but
man.
Yes, Cassandra Seller says light skin bleaching going on within our culture.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
Unfortunately.
Skin bleaching is unfortunately it's always been there, and it's growing actually, and especially I don't know, haven't seen so many reports about here in the US. I know it's in every beauty shop I go into.
Yeah.
I don't see it being bought a ton here.
It's definitely growing internationally.
Internationally, it's off the chain. Like, I was watching stuff about different cultures in the diaspora and, of course, the continent, where it is so popular. And I feel like that's just a form of self-hate. Yeah. Where you're bleaching your skin. And especially in your own country where you are the majority. Like, black is the majority. But that is the stain. That is the scar. That is a colorism, that's what imperialism does to people. To keep people in check, you have to break down their own love of self.
That's how they're able to control the majority while being the minority.
Exactly. And so they left that huge scar on these countries where even when they're not present, they still view white as right or white as best. That's mostly how I see it.
Yeah. So back onto these women. A big part is that it was said, "Hey, well, you're not black. Why didn't you say anything?" "Oh, well, I didn't know they were putting my pictures up as a black woman." Well, didn't you know that you were putting your own pictures up and looking like a black woman? Right. Like, because we found this picture of you that looks like you, and you're just regular white woman.
Own Instagrams and stuff. Yeah, I followed some of because what there are some Twitter threads you can follow about this.
Yeah,
and the Twitter threads list all these different women, put their Instagram there. You can go see what they're doing and stuff like that. And nobody's like promoting like go harass these women.
No.
No, it's just like, no, I'm not talking out my ass. Like, these women exist. They're clear doing it. Here's a before and after picture. Yeah. And the before and after picture is night and day. Yeah.
You're going from Becky to like Tasha in like seconds.
Seconds. I was like, nobody gets a tan that deep and not have like premature and wrinkling. Like, if you're hitting your skin that hard to keep that kind of tan, it's not worth it.
Yeah, your skin isn't tanning like that.
In like 10, 20 years.
Yeah, you're not tanning. You're doing something. Exactly. Well, and if you were tanning, where would the lines be? Right. There should be lines around like maybe your shirt or something. I feel like
if you go and you serious about your tan, you go to the tanning bed,
you go to the tanning bed
and stuff like that. And I feel like I'm sure there's a way to get around the eyes. Just because 45 doesn't do it doesn't mean it can't be done.
Oh boy.
I would like to see Emma Hallberg's ancestry DNA results. I have Swedish ancestry. You don't see it. I just found out my ancestry DNA results.
Okay. So
well, let me just say this. I feel like most black people and people, even diaspora, that's why it's a diaspora, is that we're all mixed. Yeah. Our African roots is what binds us. It's the tie that binds and stuff. So that's not saying there isn't other things in it, which would give us more claim to like other things we do that they're saying, well, that's a right thing. And it's like, well, hey, look, it ain't my fault Master came in my great-great-grandma's bedroom, okay?
Yeah. It ain't my fault.
I got claims that you don't got claims to. Exactly. You ain't got none in your family. You know, so I was like, so there's that part, like it's in our families. Different cultures are definitely in our families, and we're not pushing away or trying to belittle that. We're talking about people who have no ancestry, no connection.
Or at least if they do, they do not look like they might have like 0.001% black in them, but then want to act like
look. I don't even want to do the one.
Well, yeah, because it's like.
Because I don't feel like these women have any connection.
Well, see, I feel like those women will go to Ancestry and be like, see, look, see, I'm 0.0001%. This is like, so
but
what?
Do you identify as black though?
No,
because you have people who clearly have like African roots and blood in them, and they don't claim it. And so we usually give them the same treatment. Like, okay, you ain't claiming it.
You out.
Fine, but when it's popping, don't jump in, because we definitely give smoke to those people too.
Yep.
Where I am 50 million other things, like when Tiger did that thing where he was like 50
Tiger
million
was
things, and then he's like, well, yeah, I'm black too. And like that was like that sneak in. You're like, all right, dude, okay.
You don't try to be black.
You having troubles? I feel bad for you, son.
Yeah, don't be trying to be black man.
Exactly. So we give them the same treatment. You gotta claim that shit before you get on.
Thank you. It's like, yo, I don't now. I don't know if any of you guys have talked to any woman that does stuff like this. If you have, let me know what their response was, because I'll say, like, when I was going to school, it wasn't so much blackfishing of the white women or the white girls that I knew. They were more trying to look Latina. So they would do like the mascara, the lipstick, and they would like dye their hair black and stuff. And it was like every white girl wanted to be Selena. All right, every white girl wanted to be Selena. All right, and they was trying hard. They was trying super hard to be Selena. And I used to just roll my eyes and be like, "You white." But now it's just continued. Well, it's like there's not like there aren't great white women to portray.
There's true. But I have questions about that, because teenagers are teenagers.
Well, true.
And college students are college students even. So if you're emulating your fave star, I almost want to give you, pretty much want to give you a pass, because I'm like, okay, are you changing your name though? When people ask you about your ethnicity, are you like, well,
what do you mean by that?
Exactly. Are you giving us that? Like, you're like, no, I'm wearing this because I love Selena so much, and then you go, oh, that's how it is. I mean, we all do it. We look at celebrities and say they're rocking this, that, and that.
I want to be like that.
And I want to be like that. So cool. I don't think that's the same at all as changing your complexion. Like our sisters going out and getting tans to be Selena. Okay, that's doing a lot. Yeah. That's doing a lot. This is different. They're changing the names. They're getting tans. They're stuffing their clothes. That's the one that blew me away. That's the one I was trying to find before we went on live. That's what took us so long. Sorry, guys. I was trying to find this one thing, and I couldn't.
Stuffing their clothes.
I know it exists because I looked at it. I looked at it hard. I looked like, because it was in one of the Twitter.
We're trying to get a butt or something like.
Right to get. So she's like straight up and down.
Oh, so no booty.
Straight up and
down. But then put the butt in the clothes.
She's just stuffed. It got some hips, got some butt. And then, she done curled the hair up, blackened it up a lot. And I was just like, wow, that's a lot.
If you ain't got no butt, you just ain't got no butt.
Right. But this was such a clear example of blackfishing to like the clothes you're choosing. Yeah,
the clothes you're choosing.
The shape you're choosing. The color of the skin you're changing it to. The way you're doing your hair. Like,
you know how long it must take to get ready to go?
Right, because for them, especially if they're doing like a thoughty type, picture, you got so much skin showing. I mean,
you gotta like paint everything.
What they need to do is start them a makeup channel and just be great telling people how to do makeup, because the makeup jobs they do on their skin is just like next level.
I will say this, man. I've seen some makeup tutorials online. Yo, makeup be helping.
It should.
Woo! Makeup be helping y'all. But all right, so to the comments.
Right. So that's my thing. Let me see here. My generation, everyone was trying to be white. The 80s were, oh my God, yak me with a spoon.
Dag.
Let me see. Yeah, but cushion jeans.
Cushion jeans. Oh yeah. Yo, Keith. Yo, straight up. Shouts out to Keith Cooper. I did see a commercial. There was a commercial on, and they had like pads.
This is a serious condition. You ain't right.
There's like these jeans, and they got like a little butt pad at the bottom to like push your butt, like the rest of the meat, and make it like round.
I don't even know about this, y'all.
It was so random commercial because you know how they had like little infomercials,
right?
And it was like, these are the best jeans, and they help your body. And everything.
I know there are
like, what?
I'm aware there are definitely jeans that help shape your.
Nah, this one also has like a little pad, like a little fluff pad or something.
And don't get twisted. I know you guys never seen like my lower half. I don't have a badonkadonk. I do have a ass. Thank you very much. But I do not have a badonkadonk whatsoever. I feel like it fits my body. I'm good with it. I do not have a clock in the shelf booty though. I chase them though. I'm like, hey, clock in the shelf booty. Hey, what's going on now?
that is just because I'm dressed this way.
You think? I was like, well, yeah, I was thinking I could buy you a dress.
Yeah. Butt naked.
We using the club. I was like, because I approach you on the street.
That's what this place is for.
My street approach is very different from my club approach. So don't come after me. Exactly.
What's your name? Cock on the shelf booty. It's my game. No. Don't use that. Like, remember when you said it was your booty? It's like it's gonna be 10 years from now.
Yeah.
Like, remember you was talking about looking at clock show booties?
They're gonna be coming for us. We're gonna blow up, and then they're gonna pull out all our receipts because we up here.
Remember when you said you was talking about clock show booties? I'm like, yeah.
Like, you think no, you gonna be a whim. You gonna pass them. Like, no, that was Marqueeda.
No, that was Marqueeda. They be like, but we have this tape right here. I was like, oh snap. Oh yeah, that's me.
We got the whole song.
We're like, dang, y'all. So y'all got the whole song? Man, that's a high definition.
Alan Lewis was like Kim K and those knee pads. I don't know.
Yo, all right. So Kim Kardashian
is have a butt, right? I don't know.
She had that the surgery to do the butt injection, and then all of them have had surgeries.
Well, they definitely all had surgery. Yeah. I saw the before and after pictures. I was like, dang.
Yeah, and it's weird.
They've all had surgery
because the
Kardashian too.
Yeah, the Kardashian crew is a very large part of this blackfishing culture, where they're always like you got Kylie always stealing like fashion. Like there was some fashion designer stole stuff, so that they're also stealing businesses. Yeah. So it's like you're stealing looks, you're stealing the braids, you're stealing like the body shape and
braids. Type. Like boo boo. We've been doing those forever and
a day. Holla at Brandy, yo. Holla at Brandy. All right, Brandy had them micros forever. All right, here you come. All right. Yeah, you know how long micros take? I remember waiting for like my cousin. It was like 6 hours. All right, mad long. But anyway, point is
talking about NAN is a spreading condition. How do we stop non-abstinence?
Oh man, it's I don't know. Tell them eat some chicken or something. I don't know, man. I don't know. But
okay, Cassandra is like, shake my head. They act like we don't remember old footage of the way they used to look, and none of them had butts, but they have them now. That's everybody does.
Now, Kylie Jenner is a perfect example of me because I remember the first season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and after that, I didn't watch anymore. I was just like, oh, okay, cool. They're like a family, and they're like, doing their thing, like models or something. And I just like left it alone. And somebody showed me a picture of Kylie Jenner. I was like, oh yeah, this is the little sister or something. And they were like, no, this isn't how she looks. And I was like, what? And someone showed me a before and after of Kylie.
Those before and afters.
Yo, I'm a be for real. This is no diss to Kylie, but them surgeons deserve all that money. At first, I used to be like, surgeons, they charge too much. No, man, they hooked her up. They, for real.
You ain't right.
Because regular Kylie,
it's like shade.
regular Kylie was look, it's better now. It's way better. It's like regular Kylie would never have been in a commercial. All right, new Kylie, they need to be giving that. I hope they give that doctor like a Christmas gift of like $100,000 every year. Yeah, because he hooked her up. Because I was like, oh yeah, Kylie, she's a model. And they were like, that's not how Kylie looks. I was like, yeah, it is. She right there. And they were like, I'll show you a before and after. And wow, that's all. And then you look at their bodies and they're like, yo, someone had to do that. Somebody had to make that. It's like, you don't just. It's not like they went to the gym. You know what I'm saying? You can't. I guess you can't. I'll never say this again. It's not like you can take your face to the gym. Like somebody got to work on that.
Well, right? that was like a fat girl comeback. It's like, girls would come at you and be like, you need to go to Jenny Craig. It's like, well, I could lose weight tomorrow, but you can't fix your face.
And see now like, if I have enough money, yes, I can.
Well, before you save up money for the amount of work you need, I done probably lost all my weight.
Yeah, it's like, so those things were done in a way to, I guess, tap into Black culture because they have always aligned themselves with Black men, whether it's like Reggie Bush or Lamar Odom or something. They're always aligning themselves with Black men in a way to kind of like, they're like the succubuses of Black culture. It's like they're taking it, like sucking the Black culture and using it, art, clothing, all that stuff, and then just spitting it out and just be like,
I feel like
because they're white enough,
right,
for white people to be like all excited.
I think that was my issue with what happened with, I think it was Kylie with because I remember reading and seeing the designs. And comparing the designs. Yep. And she had sent designs to Kylie. That's what's made it so much worse. So I was hoping that she had enough resources, and that's the problem.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Even when you have a legitimate claim, you have to sue these people who have way more money than you.
Yes.
And they can make a defense that you just can't get over. And so she was showing, she's like had the same design. She had sent the designs to her, and then she made something adjacent to that stuff and went on with her life. And I'm sure they consulted a lawyer and said, "Hey, is this further enough for we?" And then you can't do anything. You don't got money like that to be suing them. But like instead of putting that Black woman on, why would you do that? But
because it's all about silencing. It's about controlling Black bodies and silencing Black voices. You know what I'm saying? You don't give Black women a voice in beauty, but you're taking the voice they could have and
y'all
using
comments before I can read them.
Oh, so who redacted comments?
Everybody.
Oh yeah. Y'all redacting them comments though?
Well, except for Cassandra. She's like, I said what I said.
Cassandra, stay real. But it's, they're silencing, and I know this seems weird, but in doing this, you're effectively erasing Black women from the conversation of beauty. And I know that sounds weird. And it sounds trivial. You'd be like, oh, come on, you ain't doing. But when you think about how Blackness is seen in relation to beauty, and then you see these women being praised as so beautiful, and look at these beautiful Black women, and then you find out they're not Black. And then when they're pressed on it, they're like, oh, well, I never said I was Black. And then it's like, then they won't be like, oh, well, I was copying it. It's like they did it all themselves and they just got a D10. Then they're not even giving the fair due to Blackness for the beauty that they've been kind of trying to emulate.
Like, I was like, I mean, if they came out, I was like, I don't know. I feel like this would still be like a bit much, even for being like admiration.
Yeah.
But at least be like, I am on Black culture. I love Black people so much, and this is what I'm doing. And we'd be like, nah, girl, you don't gotta show us your love like that. I feel like it'd be much more gentle And like, no, you can be you and
you
appreciate us.
You don't have to do that.
You don't have to do that.
Just
You're
be
beautiful.
white. You know what I'm saying?
You're beautiful just as you are. This would be such a different conversation if they was like, black women, they got it going on, da da da. But there's no praise for the culture.
There's no praise. It's just I'm gonna steal it and then act like I'm not stealing it when everybody's like, you're stealing it.
Exactly.
We see you stealing it.
Yeah.
I'm watching you. You're stealing it. You're doing it right now. Your whole flavor, your whole flow, the baby hairs.
The thing is, a lot of these people are putting it on Instagram and they're trying to get followings and stuff. Yeah. And I don't even understand the end game with this, but I mean,
I guess because there's a lot of. I gotta jump on my fellas. There's a lot of fellas that prefer, due to the society that we're in, but they still prefer black light.
I mean, look at this picture though.
Yeah. Emma.
Well, I think Cassandra had pointed out that she might have like black ancestors, like some black ancestors.
But she's not playing that up. What she's playing up is that she's either black or mixed. You know what I'm saying?
And then what gets me is like the fact that she straightens her hair.
Yeah.
Like she could leave her hair like this and it still would be cute, but that's not black vixen. A lot of your black vixens got that Remy
that Remy straight
hair and stuff like that.
Shouts out to Remy Ma who watches the show. You know what I'm saying? Remy Ma, what's up? She's still on State of the Culture.
Yeah, like she's still whole like black.
Yeah, that's a black look. And we all know that.
Look.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of like the IG.
And they were giving her the Afro because I could see this also being like an Afro Latino look.
Yeah.
Like definitely a Latina look. I definitely see plenty of Latinas with this look in general, Afro or not.
Yeah.
And so I said that there's that.
But she's still, but it's not. She's not being white. Yeah, it's not the Swedish look. It's not the Swedish look.
Definitely.
And it's not even the look where she's from. If she was from somewhere where it's like mad black people, she's like, yo, I'm just hanging out with my girls.
Like, it's so.
It's like you
jarring.
ain't even around. You're using blackness to get on because you know that there is a I guess a fervor for exotic, and you look black enough but exotic enough to be different among black women, so then you're going to get on faster. And it's like you're standing on my sister's shoulders, in a way to get on, and you ain't even a sister. And that's what angers me the most about this. And not like, I'm going to be going to war, but it's frustrating because my mama black, my sister black, my wife is black. I have a whole bunch of, other women in my life that are black. And there's nothing wrong with them at all. But
they're not celebrated in the same vein.
Yeah, they're not celebrated. Mm-hmm. And you're taking shine that someone like one of them could have, but you're taking their shine and you're not even part of the culture. You're not even part of the struggle.
We're talking about praise and shine. That's something you could afford to give everyone.
Yeah.
I always like to point out these are conversations we would not be having if, discrimination wasn't real in our lives, if there wasn't people out there trying to constantly belittle one group of people to make them feel better about themselves. This is all has to do with the current reality that we've lived in and we've been in for some time. This is not new. This is not decades old. This is actually quite a few hundred years old. And this is the legacy of the world. The way the world we live in now has been brought into. This is the legacy of imperialism. This is the legacy of you getting off on other cultures, off of their resources, off of the backs of their people, and not addressing that shit. This is where we're at, where you probably would be able to enjoy and do this in peace if the women that you were appropriating from were getting the same shine, that had every opportunity to get the same shine. They don't. And there's a lot of people out there, both of other races and of the same race, that have been brainwashed into thinking that their own isn't good enough. I want to chase this, and so you have people bleaching their skin. You have people trying to emulate something that they're not because just because they want a new look, but because they don't like the way they look. They've been told that their look isn't acceptable, and that's very, very different. And it's still sad. I mean, something we need to work on. but we need to level this up where all women feel praised, all women feel beautiful for the looks. Don't shit on my looks and then take them. Yeah.
And then on top of that, don't take them blatantly and then act like, oh, I didn't know I was taking them. Like, because now you're calling me stupid.
Yeah, you're calling me stupid because the level of detail in these looks, from the baby hairs to how you have your hair to the outfits.
It's a choice.
You studied.
Thank you.
You've been online looking after profile after profile after
You've been on YouTube looking at natural hair stuff.
Exactly.
Looking at our sisters, stealing our stuff.
Tutorials and stuff like that. So don't sit here and pretend you didn't do all that.
Yeah.
You didn't learn how to do that on your own. That's not how your hair
That is not how your mom raised you.
Look.
Now, your mama ain't raised you with those techniques.
They have to learn how to braid their hair. They have to learn how to do all this stuff. It's cultural. Your mom's probably taught you, or your sisters, or your cousins, or somebody put you on to it because it's cultural. However, when there's certain things I don't know, I YouTube it too. So don't sit here and act like you just knew this stuff. You did your homework. You did your research. And so you're well aware of what you were. That's my thing. I can't get into the... Oh, I didn't know.
I didn't know.
But you did like a ton of research to perfect. Yeah. Not just have a look, but perfect this look. So I was just.
Let's see if y'all still redacting these comments.
She's like, the makeup Emma has only enhanced what's already there. She is. What's that?
Let's see, capitalizing
off of it. She's dating the Michael Jordan from Black Panther.
What? Nah, I don't know.
It says, is she dating?
Oh, is she? Oh, okay.
Okay,
I don't know.
I'm off today.
See. Oh, Thomas in the house. What's up? What's up, Thomas? You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Oh, got Cassandra hitting folks with the shalom. This what's up.
Yeah, I wish people would just embrace their cultures respectively. I do. And like we spoke earlier about cultural exchange. Mm-hmm. We're not shitting on cultural exchange.
Yeah.
But we did get into like the definitions of when it's appropriation, when it's bad, and it's really under the current situation of our world. That's what it is. It's like everybody doesn't have the same opportunities. There's definitely anti-Blackness around the world. And as long as that exists, no, I don't want to see you doing my looks, wearing my culture. Yeah. But when I do it, it's never an issue.
Yeah, you ain't giving us no shout outs. You ain't putting nobody on. Right. And it's like, so you're effectively, taking our voice. You're telling our story.
And to kind of get to like where we could wrap this up in a nice little bow, it doesn't just exist with Instagram models. Like we were talking about that earlier. There are people online who interact with other people. I've seen people get called out for like not being black when they've got like a black face and they're like trying to
they use black. Like an avatar that's black.
Avatar is black. They're trying to throw out the
always using black gifts.
Always dated slang, and like they try to operate like they're black online, and then you be like, wait, something's up with this. Because it's to pretend consistently.
Because your fro won't nap enough.
Exactly. you gonna slip up, and so people have slipped up. So this whole blackfishing thing is much bigger than Instagram models. Unfortunately, there's a whole culture online where like black is where it's at, but that's always been the case. And people, instead of like saying, "Hey, let's embrace black people," let's hear what they've got to say. Let's help them. Let's be allies and alleviate their struggle. Let's get to this point where the playing field is level. They have all the opportunities. So we can do this cultural exchange, and it can be like a 1-to-1 ratio instead of like the out of control disproportionate.
It's like 100 to 1.
It's like
I'm trying to think of like something
I feel like we don't get nearly as much out of this, and I feel like we should get the praise, but we should also get the economics that comes with having a successful popular culture. Like if you're being celebrated as far as people wanting to wear your culture and do your culture and sing your culture, everybody should be enjoying what comes from that those purchases of that culture. But that's often not the case. You get like the smallest part, like thank you so much for this. You go out and you build centers and all stuff in other neighborhoods. But I really would like to see a reinvestment in Black communities. You know, as a saying, hey, thank you for all this wonderful shit you done gave us. A reinvestment. And people starting to realize the worth of what they do. Because I think I saw that online too. They're like, what was it? I really want to say, because it fits so well into what we're talking about, where ghetto is just something they haven't taken or found use for yet. Yeah. And stuff. And so, I want people to appreciate what they have here. So let's work towards that, where cultural change can happen. We're not doing all the giving. It's not a sacrifice for us. And we're being seen as people who contribute to our society. We're being seen as people who definitely make it happen for the culture, that we are a great asset to any country we live in, instead of being always the people that nobody wants to be while jacking all the culture. Wow, taking it. And stuff like that. And so this is like a phenomenon that's happening online. You got big brands, like we don't throw it out there. Like, so it came to my attention some time ago that Chocolate City Comics is not ran by a Black person, it's ran by a white person. And the whole focus blew my mind of his of the Twitter and the page and all his thing is to celebrate Black comics. And there's a lot of Black people in the space trying to do this, right? Yeah. And just do not have the following this guy does. And I was just... He has a crazy following. If you look up Chocolate City Comics and Cosplay, or Cosplay and Comics, right? It's a Chocolate City Cosplay and Comics or whatever, has a huge following, big following. But I show him as to see why people are doing this. It's lucrative. Yeah. You want to get on... There's nothing like putting on blackface. Like, it's nothing like it. Yeah. Blackfishing, it's nothing like it. It's like you want to get on and pop. Think about a good example of that. And I don't feel like she feels this way about it. And I don't think she did on purpose, but because I was reading an interview and she was talking about how she never wanted to do R&B. She was good at it, but she never wanted to do it. The music she's making now is the music she's always wanted to make. Okay. And they were like, no, we'll do this first. And pretty much it's that whole... Because I knew some people who thought Pink was Black. They thought she was like light-skinned or something. And I was like, I can't remember how I didn't think... I don't remember thinking that. I was really young when she came out. I don't remember thinking that. But I thought she was cool. I like it. Let's get this party started and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But it shows you, like, even when they don't want it, it's like, well, this is how you get on. Yeah, it's like this. It's like you use us to get on, and then you can go and make whatever you want. You know, so that's the thing. Like, I just wish it worked for us as well as it seems to work for everybody. Yeah, because it's weird. It's well, because I think what happens is, you know, especially with people that are white, they have a larger set of resources. Mm-hmm. So they can don the blackface, like they can take, we're the Black company, Black_company, and then they can be like, well, now I can use my white resources, like I've got more access to money, I can get loans, I can do blah, 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 blah. True. And then I can push this company forward. True. Further than someone like me could. It's the tone side, but I also think there's a consumption rate. Just look at what happened when you finally got your first like white rap group. Beastie Boys. Yeah. They outsold everybody. Were they better than everybody? No. Do I enjoy the Beastie Boys? Yes. But I'm just saying, like, and I feel like that wasn't even their plan. Like, this is not like, we're not like shitting on these artists or saying like they're like, no, it's a symptom of the system, of our system, our culture, our society that we're in. Anti-Blackness that is woven into the fabric of our society. Yeah. Where you know, your first rap Oscar, Eminem, you know, Eminem's bomb, you know, but it's like you weren't even in the running until that dude did it. you can't get one. And then they kind of like, when everybody was playing that out, like real, and then they're gonna give it to what's a Mafia 3-6 after that. Yeah. I was, which I do like 3-6 Mafia. something weird like that. You would probably look at me.
But 3-6, we were like,
yeah, okay, makeup Oscar and stuff. Because I thought the song was cool, but I don't know. But then I didn't think 8 Mile was all that great either.
8 Mile. You know what? You want to know why?
It's hard with the Oscars and most award shows is because you feel like it'd be like lukewarm. Like they had hotter stuff.
Well, see, 8 Mile is hot because at the time Eminem was hot, and because he would. You know what? Quote me on this. 8 Mile is the Rocky of rap music films. Oh, shit. It is. Because it's Rocky. 8 Mile is Rocky, but just with rap. Because you got this white dude, he's poor, and he's doing his thing. He goes up against a black guy and he wins. Wow. And it made everybody white feel happy. They were like, it made white people like, yo, I can rap too. And it made them feel good if they just had the gusto. They could also rap. And man, I remember being in the theater, being like, all right, this movie's kind of okay. But man, white people was glued to that screen. Oh, they loved him. So 8 Mile. Oh, 8 Mile is Rocky.
For real though.
Yo, 8 Mile is Rocky. That is it.
Oh, wow.
8 Mile is Rocky. I'm like, you know what? Wow. Straight up.
For real though.
See, that's the show. That's the show.
That's the show.
That's the
show. I was
like,
man. we just like he just dropped it on us.
It's
something
man.
For us to just process.
Go ahead and tweet at me at that NERDSoul. We'll talk, but you know I'm right. You know I'm right. Deep in your soul, you know I'm right. The parallels, man, they there.
What's up, King Hebrew?
Oh, King Hebrew in the house. What up? What up?
Right. But yeah, that's pretty much our show, people. Yes. Yeah, it's like Blackfishing, man. It's just more of the same. It's
definitely going on. Yeah. Make sure now that y'all know we've talked about. Make sure y'all can recognize it.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Whenever you see a girl that look like she a little off.
And that's weird because I wasn't giving it too much thought, and then other people brought it to my attention. Like I'm not somebody here for questioning anybody's blackness, and so I was just like, if it looks like a duck, it is a duck, but that's clearly not the case anymore.
Nah, because they doing their thing now.
They going hard in the paint with it. So I was like literally hard in the paint, like
they trying,
blacking it up, give me that picture, give me that like, give me that comment.
Yo, because they know if I can get these likes up, if I can get these followers up, I can get my sponsorship, and I can be fake black for the rest of my life.
Yeah. And I mean, it doesn't even have to go that far for it to just be problematic.
Like, it's just bad in general.
It's bad in general because I can definitely see some of you going, well, I didn't want to do that. I just thought it was cool. I'm like, all right, girl, be cool. Like my thing is, I could take maybe one thing or the other. Like you doing your hair, the tan is just too much. Yeah,
the tan is way too much. Like, the tan, the baby hair, and then it's just. It's like you know what you're doing,
right? And they're like,
and then to drag me through this whole thing, like I don't know what you're doing.
This is it's funny, with her being in Europe. I see this a thing. This is a thing that it seems to be a thing in Europe, and they feel that they are completely separate from like Americans' issues about like racism and
so like I can do it. It's okay over here.
I can do it because we don't have the history, but we forget like a lot of your like. Dutch were responsible for doing the actual slave, transatlantic slave.
Like if y'all don't know, if y'all don't remember, see Europe got together and was like, let's just dice up Africa.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, who was the people who colonized those places that are now having these issues? And it's like, so no, you're not as like a part because they're just like, well, I'm not American, so. All those issues you guys got going. I'm like,
it's like y'all made it an issue. Y'all started it. Right. Y'all started this slavery ish.
Exactly.
Thanks, I get.
Exactly. Right. I was like, how you get your sugar and your rum and all that from the Caribbean then? Like, who was making all that stuff? Like, you're like, no.
Stop. Just
like, get into your histories. Yeah,
you ain't even got to study hard for that one.
Exactly.
So Google away.
I remember that shit from 3rd grade. Like, come on now. Like, when they show you, like, slaves go this way, rum, gold, and cotton and other things go that way. Sugar go that way. You know, come on. And they were going all to Europe. So like, come on. Stuff. But yeah, guys. Thank you for kicking it with us another Sunday.
Yes, we got one more for the rest of the year, and that's it? Or is it next week's? So this is the last one.
This is the last one.
This is it. This is it, y'all. We won't see you until what's the first Sunday? Now it'll probably be like the 6th or something. Hold on,
something like that.
Pull your calendar up real quick. So this is the last one for the year.
I wish
we got 2 more Beast Vibes Life. So we got this week top 10 MCs, and we got 1 more, but that's it for them too. So just remember, look, y'all close. Close.
Yeah, 6.
So we'll be back on the 6th. We have enjoyed y'all. It's been a great ride.
I know I'm gonna show up at the end.
It's like, hold on, 14? Look, we glad y'all chilled and hung out with us though. Let's see. Everybody in the chat, we got Cassandra Sellers, Thomas, Keith Cooper, Alan Lewis was up in here, King Hebrew. We got a whole bunch of
King Hebrew is retracting messages. I'm calling everybody out.
Yo, come on. Yo, King. Yo, you ain't got to take the messages back. What's up, man? Holla at a play. But before we bounce, thank you for checking us out.
What time for Beat Vibes?
Oh, Beast Vibes Life is Thursday nights at 9 p.m. PST. So we'll be doing top 10 MCs this Thursday. And then next Thursday, we'll be doing probably the best moments of the year in hip hop. Probably best moments. And we should get together. We got to do it like a NERDSoul award show. I don't know. We're gonna do something stupid but fun at the same time.
Well, yeah, the awards are starting in February.
Yeah, so
we'll work it out.
We'll do something.
February, some type of we ain't got no fancy awards. But
Black People Awards. People.
We'll look over the year and come up with something.
We'll do something fun. Yeah. But before we bounce, I have to my left.
I'm Marqueeda LaStar. You can find me at LaStar.net everywhere on the internet.
Man. And myself, NERDSoul, NERDSoul on YouTube. That's youtube.com/NERDSoul. Make sure you subscribe, hit that thumbs up. Now, you can't hit that thumbs down. I'm going to tell you right now, you hit that thumbs down, send Eminem after you.
Nobody wants
and
that.
Nobody wants that. You know he be wearing a Scully and a wife beater. And you know what's happening after that. He gonna be all up in your face like blam blam and a clam clam and a cham cham and a ram ram and a stam flam, the flam blam. And he gonna be doing it all. He gonna be doing that all day. And you ain't gonna be able to stand it till your ears bleed. So you do it, man, at your own risk. Now, at that NERDSoul, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, holla at me. Let's talk Blackfishing, let's talk Wu-Tang, or let's talk X-Men. It's all up to you. So, before we bounce, thank you for chilling and hanging out with a player to play at. Of course, till then, this is for us to you saying, peace. Until next year. And be good.